Let's now move on to detecting threats. All current operating systems come with pre-installed tools and mechanisms that audit the activity of system users. The Windows systems keep track of security-related events in a security log. The security log is disabled by default in older versions of Windows. This means that the log doesn't record any events until we enable it manually. This is changed with the release of Windows 7. Of course, it's always been different for server systems. What classes of events can be found in a security log? Records are divided into several categories. Each category record reports on whether a specific attack has been successful, success, or not, failure. Auditing object access is the first of these categories. Enabling this value generates a significant increase in the number of security log entries. Several hundred megabytes of audit data may be usually generated for a day's work of a device. For example, for a PC, or even for a network printer. The object access category includes all operations on objects. An object can be a file or a folder, or a printed document. An attempt to read a file will also be logged. The second category is directory service access. Once this is enabled, the security log will record all successful or failed attempts to read and modify data stored in the Active Directory database. Third is auditing process tracking, which is usually disabled. When this category is set to auditing, each operation will come up in the log multiple times. As far as security is concerned, this level of specificity is not required. Enabling privilege use audit is crucially important, though. All instances of a user exercising or attempting to exercise user rights will be logged, which means, for example, that when an administrator takes over a file or folder, this event will be reported in the log. If we truly prioritize security, auditing account management is another category which should be enabled in all environments. Once this value is checked, the log will record all events relating to creating, modifying, and deleting user accounts and user groups. Logon events are usually only monitored in critical servers. In most cases, logons to workstations are not hugely relevant. However, a user stopping a server, especially an Active Directory server, is a significant event and should be recorded into the log. System Events Audit is disabled by default for most systems except for the most crucial servers. Policy Change, on the other hand, is an audit category that should always be kept enabled. Only once it's enabled will we know if a change to our security policy configurations has been made or has been attempted. After enabling object access auditing, we need to determine the types of objects to which the audit will apply. It's necessary also to specify the users that are to be monitored in this way. In older versions of Windows, this is done per object, usually per folder. You can see an example in the picture below. In newer Windows systems, this audit can be enabled globally.